Welcome back, gamers, to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers. If you happen to be new here, we post daily content on all things gaming and related, so if you're a true gamer, then you'll tap that subscribe button to stay at the pinnacle of gaming knowledge. Plus, if Epic Games asked you to add one thing to Fortnite, what would you do? Leave us your answers down below, and make sure you stay all the way until the end of this video where we reveal what we really want to see. Now let's jump into today's list of the top 10 things Fortnite should include. At number 10, custom loadout. A lot of PC gamers on Fortnite have preferred keys on their keyboard that they set up ahead of time to function for their weapons. What Fortnite should include across all platforms is more customization when it comes down to a specific weapon choice. As I'm sure you know from playing, when you pick up weapons and items, they load from left to right, and to move them around mid-battle can be frustrating at times. It also absorbs a lot of time that could be used actually enjoying the game. A simple remedy for this would be to let players pre-select where specific weapons fall, so that if you have something in the first slot but you pick up a more preferred weapon, things would automatically shift on their own. In at number 9, click to sprint. The automatic sprint just feels like pure laziness on the part of Epic Games. In every other shooter game on the market, they require you to click a button in order to activate a sprint. However, in Fortnite, moving in any direction means you're leading with a light jog. And if they were able to adjust this under the control settings to become an optional feature of clicking to sprint, it would certainly alter gameplay for the better. Nothing is worse than attempting to take a more stealthy approach to an enemy, or attempt to move with precision only to be met with a fall to your death or being caught mid-attack. Perhaps that's just the noob in me wanting things to be easier, but hey, why else would so many other successful gaming franchises have it this way if it didn't work for them? In at number 8, toggle controls. Another seemingly small addition that has largely been missing from Fortnite is the prone position. Now, from what we've read about this issue, many fans do want a prone feature to be added, but apparently it goes against the fast-paced nature that Epic Games wants to maintain. If that's the case though, then why do games still take an extremely long time? My guess is that adding in a prone position wouldn't slow down gameplay in the slightest. Not everyone will use this feature, but having it at the very least as an option would be nice. Secondly, to add to this point is the currently flawed click to crouch. This again either needs to be done away with, or at the very least give players the option to turn it off. What I mean by this is the click to crouch and then release of the click to stand back up should be a staple in this game, as it adds value to so many others. Nothing is more frustrating than having to click something more than once to return back to your original position. If there were a simple release click option in the control toggles, this could add to the fast-paced style they claim to be seeking. In at number 7, pre-edits. A pre-edit is when you're attempting to place, say, a wall, but it's already edited. It results in a huge annoyance for when you're trying to lay down some structures and accidentally inserting the last thing that you just used as well. It's a mess. It should be an option to toggle this completely off so that we can, start from a blank slate. Reportedly, this is actually something that Epic Games is looking into, but whether or not they will implement this is still unknown. Another cool thing under this point would be the option for pre-selected structures. Yeah, it takes away from the building on the go aspect, but how cool would it be if you could just immediately throw down a fort to hide in without having to be a warrior and an architect at the same time? Again, that's just the noob in me coming out. In at number 6, better ping. Your ping is the reaction time of your connection and can also mean how fast you'll receive a reply after sending out a request. Simple requests such as firing a weapon in Fortnite can be affected by your level of ping and result in some anger-inducing lags. What happens is your ping registers the input for action that you send to the Fortnite server, which then responds back to your screen. Due to the lack of Fortnite servers though, many players experience lagging issues with their games. While this is normal for games of this size, it can become extremely frustrating when it comes down to something like a tournament. If someone has a 0 ping, they are way more likely to take an opponent down who is playing with a much higher ping. The solution would be for Epic Games to just create more servers, but that would cost a great sum of money, and I'm sure they're going to avoid doing that at all costs. In at number 5, sensitivity settings. Being able to adjust your sensitivity would allow for more advanced players to speed up their gameplay, especially when it comes down to things like building, for example. Currently, the only way is to just move your mouse faster, but with a custom sensitivity for things other than targeting and mouse scope, the game would take a radical shift. Having a higher editing sensitivity specifically would help clear up any and all mistakes when you're building, which would just overall create a higher level of gaming in Fortnite. Plus, again, allowing this for Fortnite tournaments at the very least would truly just make it a test of skill versus just not having the right mouse or controller to get the job done faster. In at number 4, weapon customization. In most first person or even over the shoulder shooting games, your weaponry is entirely customizable. Now, while Fortnite does allow players to customize the skin of their gun, it doesn't reach much further than that. Things such as customizable crosshairs like we see in Call of Duty or Counter-Strike often come in handy for players who have a unique playstyle. Not everyone will enjoy the default class or crosshairs that come along with a given weapon, but adding in customizations for this would only benefit Fortnite as well. They can sell certain colors and shapes as part of packages or make them unlockable for players to collect as they go along. This addition, as well as the last point, would just improve overall gameplay. In at number 3, specialists. Yes, it would be a direct copy from what Call of Duty Black Ops 4 did, but we don't care. How cool would it be to have a specialist type of skin to choose from? Imagine, depending on the type of specialist that you choose, a select number of weapons and other advantages become yours and only yours. Obviously, this would need to be counteracted with each having its own set of weaknesses, like a really advanced form of rock paper scissors, but regardless, we love this idea. Even if specialists were separated from the main battle royale into a minigame itself, it would add another layer of strategy to every game, making things that much more exciting. In at number 2, kill streaks. We know what you're gonna say. If you want specialists and kill streaks, then go play COD. But seriously, just hear us out. Fortnite needs to start including some sort of reward for players that get into the action to rack up kills. Right now, there is little to no reward for this, and more often than not, a player who's been camping the entire game waits for the top 2 players to battle it out, only to swoop in to take the victory royale. This is the greatest injustice that Epic Games has ever done to its top skilled players. Sure, enough of them have the skill to still take the win, but adding in kill streaks would assist them in the goal of more fast-paced games. Something akin to airstrikes or advanced UAVs or even custom drop boxes would all help those more skilled justify leaving their cozy fort they just built to engage in a fight. Lastly, on our number 1 spot, bring back Blitz. You want faster gameplay, Epic? Then bring back Blitz. We get it, you're the king of Battle Royale and you want to stay true to your roots, but adding in more gameplay modes wouldn't cause player drop-offs. Many people actually play Fortnite on their phones, but the regular Battle Royale takes so much time and effort that Epic is actually losing players by not having a mode like Blitz available. Blitz was a limited time event that made an incredible first impression amongst the mobile gaming community. It was fast, aggressive, and should have remained on the Fortnite mobile app at the very least. Polygon described Blitz as the traditional 4-person squad mode if it were stuck on fast forward. Each match begins with a storm circle already formed, and as you drop in, the circle starts shrinking immediately. At the most, a match would last 15 minutes, which is perfect for players that want to get in the game of Fortnite but don't want to dedicate too much time to it. Allowing for such a mode to become a permanent fixture would only benefit Epic Games in the long run. We're just trying to look out for you, Epic. And that has been the top 10 things Fortnite should include. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, show us some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with other things that you'd like to see in Fortnite. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Gaming, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.